I think just from previous events and what they've seen from Vitality, they're more than capable of taking some maps away, or if they don't even take them, they keep the scores very, very close. They're not getting blown out. They're going right down to the wire and search and destroys, hardpoints, and CTF as well. So to kick things off, Ardent Force hardpoint, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be one of these things. I feel like whoever gets this first initial swing of going in through Cave, who tries to not get it contested as much and getting that wraparound over towards that Ruin side, will ultimately kind of dominate the tempo of the game before we go into the next set of rotations.
Well, let's get into it. It is going to be Den with Formal starting off with a sniper, just trying to open things up there. Riskin picking up to the PPSH as well. A pretty even start from either two of these teams. Nobody really breaking the points there at all, and both one of these teams just trying to feel each other out. In these first initial gunfights, Formal still using that sniper to good effect. Does take down two. Xerox is eventually going to get in there to maybe try and pick up some points for Vitality. Not going to quite happen. Formal 4-0 so far with the sniper, and a fantastic start by him. Going to pick up some more as well, and if Formal starts going off like this, you do worry for Vitality. And
it's just one of those things. I remember just when you kind of look at this map, you're like, maybe somebody should bring out a sniper to try to watch across, see how it goes. You say it joking around, you don't expect somebody to do it, but if you do expect somebody, it is Formal, Clayster, those type of guys to bring out that strat, and it worked out for him. It was able to get the Vitality players off the hill and forcing them to rotate early. OpTic Gaming getting some pretty good time off of that, but now it's going to be Vitality just getting the last minute scraps. The Scump is going to be the first player into the action for OpTic Gaming to try to break Ruins here. It's going to be Xerox inside the hill, gets the player right in the head, trying to get the turn there on Whaler's, not going to go through. He is using the FG in this one, so we'll see how that comes into the play with the current meta.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the FG in the previous game when we've seen Mindfreak taking on TK. We've seen a lot of the Mindfreak players tend to be using it. So obviously something that's still available in the weapon pool that maybe I didn't actually expect too much. I expected to see the bar and STG a lot more, but the FG clearly still viable at this moment in time, and OpTic Gaming in control of this Ruins hardpoint currently. They do get taken down though, and it is probably, yep, Vitality with the more favorable spawn. So let's see if they can call themselves back into this one after a first great initial start by OpTic, with Formal just dominating that forest with the sniper. And it's going to be Vitality picking up kills left, right, and center, and all four members of OpTic Gaming go down. Great work by Vitality. They're going to be able to try and hold it down at this bunker hardpoint and picking up the scrap from Ruins as well.
And going back to the FG42, just how it plays, Ardent Force is definitely one of the maps where you can get away with running an FG on a majority of the hills, especially for one like here in Bunker. You get somebody with an FG to watch that cross, it's going to be pretty easy for you to hold it down. Same thing with the first hill when you're watching across as well. But for the other ones, it's only good if you get yourself into the right positioning. So that's where it comes down to the submachine gun players. The only time it will be good is when you get up in top Ruins. You get on the nice little chest high cover, watching everybody coming over towards that back bridge. But OpTic Gaming, they were late to rotate. Vitality, they did get there first, but OpTic Gaming did a very, very good job of getting that break now as they look to coast here on the money hill. Yeah, just not able to hold it at all. Vitality got there first, but OpTic Gaming break on through, inspired by a Crim 2-piece towards the back with the STG42. Let's see if we can move on through now, though. And back to the FG42 argument, sorry. I think you're right. It's one of those weapons where if you post up with it, it's really, really strong. We know how strong it can be and how powerful that weapon is. But you look more towards the STG and the bar if you really want to be that run and gun guy. So for me, I think the FG42 correct. It is good for this map, but it's typically not something we'll see as often as maybe the bar and the STG. Yeah, the STG just has such a high fire rate. It doesn't kick or anything like that, so it's so easy to control your shot, and that's why you're starting to see it so much here on land. Players saying that the weapon's actually better on land than it is online. Online, obviously, we know everything that goes into that with the hit registration, but STG is going to be a 4 or 5 shot kill, depending on if you're shooting through an object. So that's why you're seeing a lot of players using it now, and it's definitely paying off. I mean, we've even seen Splice use 2 STGs on a map like London Docks, so it's no surprise to see so many people adapting to this SCG bar meta, or running 2 bars even for that matter. So I like the variety that we're finally starting to see here in Call of Duty World War II.
So it seems as if Vitality are the ones in just a little bit of control at this point, but they're not getting the spawns that they really want to here. Formal just trying to lock things down with this STG, get the first initial kills, then jump in the hill, but they do jump in the hill. We can see Xerox does have that cabin control that you do want to try and regain control here. Xerox gets the kill on the Formal. Crimsix takes down Mars. Back and forwards we go, but Vitality not able to break through this wall of OpTic players currently. Crimsix does eventually save his teammates here. Riskin goes down, but not after picking up 2 kills himself. But again, Vitality not able to have any room to breathe here. They can't push through. OpTic have always got that one guy making that last kill to just try and stop them picking up any points. Yes, Scum nearly picks up 2. Riskin does answer back with one of his own. Crimsix does hit him down, and eventually the kills do go into Vitality's favor as we move towards Kiv.
Yeah, I mean, now we're in the second set of rotations. Vitality is not down by that much, and that's something, if you're Vitality, you can be like, okay, that's good progress for the first set of hills. So that's just the thing to keep in mind as this does progress on. Vitality does an excellent job of holding this cave hill more than any other team that we've really seen. Xerox was on a 4-kill streak. He does end up getting taken out, so now things do open up for the side of OpTic Gaming to get inside the hill. First player inside is going to be Crim6. Formal's coming in here from the back bunker as well. Going to be one more player to worry about up here in the front. It's going to be Riskin. Formal gets the nice kill, gets the better of him, and now the players from the side of Vitality, they're trying to go for the cross here. They get the first initial frag there on Crim6, and now this is where they start to get pretty aggressive. They try to fill the cuts of going through Fire Alley, through mid-map. They are getting these rotations. They need to take out Formal, and Whalers does just that, but still has a green wall to worry about.
Yeah, they are going to get control of Ruins. Yeah, there's actually going to be Vitality first ones there, but OpTic with more bodies, and that's what they need. And good work by Vitality, though. They've clawed themselves back into this one. They do keep the majority of Cave, and they are going to get all the kills that they need to as well. 4 members of OpTic go down, and suddenly Vitality have swapped the spawns that they need to. OpTic all spawning the wrong side. You do not want to be bridge side currently. If Vitality can lock this down, get some kills, they have the rotation to bunker as well. Let's see if Riskin can hold this mid-map. Does have 2 members of OpTic Gaming pushing towards him. The shots are a little bit shaky. Does eventually take down Formal. Riskin is just about able to survive. Mauls cleans up as well. It is actually going to be Crim6 in the mid-map trying to kill Claire from Vitality once again. Riskin eventually does go down, but really good use of the time for Vitality. They just distract OpTic enough to pick up some time on that hill, and they did have control, but OpTic have pushed on through.
See now, gets the sight there on Formal. He's going to be able to take him out. Still, OpTic Gaming players are crowding around. The first initial frag is going to come out. Crim6 picks up the kill, and kills are just going back and forth here as Crim continues his reign for the time being. Currently sitting at 23 and 15 to his name right now. 55 seconds of hill time. You see the rotation rate coming in here from the side of Vitality. It's going to be 1 player out in the open. Now, you don't really want to challenge this. I mean, if you do get this kill over towards Creek, it can open things up. So it's going to be big for Xerox to stay alive, and he does. He gets a better karma. But now the spawns are, every single player from OpTic Gaming are spawning back Bell. They can just keep trying to flood in through here, but Mauls needs to find himself in the position. They need to get an AR back here right now to give that cover fire for him to try to get some shots. He's going to be able to find the first initial kill there on Karma. Riskin finds one as well. Formal on the back. He's going to take him out. A clean wipe of OpTic Gaming players. Now they have the split spawns over here towards Bell and towards the cabin. Things are not looking good for OpTic Gaming here on bunker.
Yeah, not really. I mean, what we've seen with the spawns, it was like, oh, hell. I mean, Vitality haven't held that down at all. And they hadn't. And suddenly OpTic all pushing through. But every single kill comes through for Vitality. They hold fast and they hold well. And it was all about Mauls' 3 streak for him. Just do that initial engagement there. Vitality doing all right with about a 30-point lead here. But it is going to be up to getting control of bunker for those final 15 seconds as we do move towards the road. And it does seem as if Vitality spawning still at back bunker. They can maybe try and get a few points here. But if OpTic can keep them out, they've kept them away from the spawns as well. They're spawning back Ruins. OpTic have the control that they want. They should be able to pick up a few points here at road as well.
See, I don't believe anybody has any streaks to come into play over here towards East Road, so it's going to come down to these raw gunfights. Look for lots of frags to be thrown out there as well. But now you have Formal on the hill trying to pick some players off coming from either which way. But look at Vitality putting heavy emphasis over here towards cabin. It's crucial to holding East Road. One more player to worry about is about to be collapsed on. It's going to be Mauls trying to get to a gunfight with Crim6. Crim6 is going to be able to get the turn and gets the kill there as well. So OpTic Gaming getting ready to get set up to try to tee off here. Crim6 just needs to stay alive over here towards cabin.
Every time we think one of the teams is answering back, there's another answer coming from the other side as well. They pick up the kills where they need to. It is back and forth, and it's such a tight game. Vitality with just around a 5 to 6 point lead here, and it's backwards and forwards. There is nothing to separate these two teams in this first map. OpTic need to be looking a little bit more comfortable for me here, but Vitality are going toe-to-toe with them.
Yeah, they most definitely are, and like we said, I think this is probably one of the more well-polished maps for the side of Vitality. And you look at Karma as well. It's a guy that we usually see step up in the slaying department, currently sitting at 15 and 24. He needs to try to get some things going. If he can just get a little bit of kills here and there, they could really start to turn the tide. But now we're going back to Vitality. It seems like this first hill is one that they hold so well. Formal is going to be positioned over towards cabin. He's waiting for his teammates to get into positions, but look how well they're filling out these lanes. You have a player in bunker, somebody fire cut, but Skunk gets that initial kill. But now somebody is on the hunt for Formal. It's going to be big to take him out. They do get that, and look how Vitality is playing this one. You never see a team dominate hill number 1, but Vitality, they're putting on a clinic.
They just push it out so well. You were so right. They've got every single part of the map covered that they need to. And you know what? When I'm looking towards this kill feed, okay, we're seeing little sprites of green from the OpTic Gaming team. But every single time we see a team get wiped, it's always OpTic. It's always Vitality making those 4 kills where they need to, and it resets the map completely, and they can get the rotations where they want, and they have a 50-point lead there.
Well, that was huge. They took out Mauls there. He was about to get the firepower, basically about to get fully streaked out with the defend points that were coming with that. But now OpTic Gaming, they get the scrap. They have the rotation over here towards the ruins. But now Karma, he's going to be pushed by 3 players from the side of Vitality. Scump's going to run in front. Risk it, picks up a big 2-piece. That opens everything up. Crimsix falls as well. OpTic Gaming being forced into back bridge. The 200-point mark has been broken. They are now forced to push in here through Dome. And they do get those initial kills. Xerox, he's able to pick up the kill there on Karma. And now as they're pushing through.
Formal makes a massive 2-piece in the middle of the map there. Does eventually get taken down, but stops Vitality pushing on through. OpTic not out of this one just yet. Vitality do have the spawns that they need. The kills come in for OpTic, though. This is going to be another 30 points on the board, surely. And we are going to have nearly a tie game as we move over to Bunker. We can see Vitality have given up the Ghost of Ruins. They are trying to lock down here towards Bunker. Can they do it here, Dirk? It's going to be a hard ask. We can see 3 members of OpTic stacking towards back ruins. They're going to try and get this push in. If they can make 1 kill, it could make things a lot easier. It looks as if Vitality may be able to hold this one down. They make 2 kills in mid-map. Scump is there trying to cause problems, though.
Definitely, it's going to be a huge kill, but Xerox going to be able to find that one. So still, they're forcing the OpTic Gaming players spawning all the way out. So now we come into Bunker, the money hill. It's possible to win off this one if you are Vitality. But now you see the spawn up here by Bell. Whalers is pushing up too far, blocking out the spawn. And now he forces his teammates to spawn. So every kill that OpTic Gaming is going to get is going to be so valuable right there. Crim's going to be back there. That opens up the Bell spawn for the side of Vitality to spawn right up. But now the collapse comes in from the players of OpTic Gaming. They take control. 38 seconds left on the hill. Ooh. Whalers goes back. He's able to take out Karma just like that. Another quick break from Vitality as they get inside.
This game is backwards and forwards. Nobody can seem to get any sort of control towards this back Bunker hardpoint. They can't hold it down. Eventually, Riskin is going to be that guy. They are 20 points away here, Dirk. They're just able to hold this down here. They can't quite win it on Bunker, but Scump and Co are just trying to contest, and they do that. 3 kills coming in for OpTic. They are going to be within touching distance as we move to East Road.
And you're starting to see the rotation coming in now. We talk about the emphasis Vitality does put over towards this cabin side. You need to look for a player to get set up with an AR there. It's not going to work with the PPSH and the continuous struggles of Karma in this one, but this is what you love to see from OpTic Gaming. They're bringing out the smokes now to try to make the player over here by cabin, in a sense, make him useless. Scump's going to be able to find a big 2-piece. Going to be 2 players left up inside the hill for Vitality. Now the pinch is coming in. They're forcing the players from Vitality into back bridge. OpTic Gaming takes over, but no, Whalers comes in. He shuts one down, but Crimsix immediately trades that one, and now it's going to be another big kill coming in from Xerox. Riskin picks up a frag kill as well. The hill, currently nobody in control of his Formal, jumps in, gets the read of the player back ruins, and he picks up the kill there as well, but back and forth action as we go. Vitality, they sit inside the hill runner just 10 points away from victory.
Vitality 10 away, but Vitality aren't the ones in control. OpTic have this lockdown. They have the cabin control they want, and they can win it here. They're 10 points off. Vitality, they're waiting for the pinch. Here it comes. Mars and COD WW2 trying to make the kills, but the kills are coming in from Crimsix. The 3 come in. OpTic Gaming the 4 from Crim, and they are going to look to win this first map. Mars cannot do anything. OpTic Gaming comes screaming back in our end. 250 to 240. They take map number 1.
Too close for comfort, but we talked about it before the game started. What Vitality is able to do, a team that a lot of people are going to write off. They're going to see the organizations in OpTic. They're going to see Vitality. Everybody is going to pick OpTic. Game of Vitality, they're able to make it so interesting, but it just seems like a constant struggle. They get off to a hot start. They're able to just really dominate the entire game. They're not able to finish. So it's just sort of like when you're playing, you're getting yourself into a good position. You're getting just everybody where they need to be. You get the scores there going in as well, but you're not able to finish, and that's what it ultimately comes down to. You can get all the map positioning you want, you can get the perfect setups that you want, but it's just not going to work out.
I'm gonna just take a breather after that one. We need to compose ourselves a little bit after that. But what a game 1 between these 2 teams. And Vitality just not able to get those final few kills that they needed to. I mean, in the end, do you think it just came down to maybe panicking a little bit towards that last East Road? It felt like they were throwing bodies to the wall.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Crimsix picks up 4 in that final engagement that these 2 teams come into.
Yeah, so, I mean, when we went into the East Road, as the time was going down, Vitality was only 10 points away from winning. OpTic Gaming was 20 seconds away. So at that point in time, I mean, this isn't advanced movement anymore. You can't spawn up, wall run, and just dive straight into a hill to contest. You have no option other than to flood through bridge, and OpTic Gaming knew that. You know you can't send anybody around to cabin to invest into that round as well, so that's just what one of the struggles was. So when you get Crimsix in a position to where he can just sit over towards that cabin and look right across the bridge.
Let's break it down.
Yeah, see right here, you see Karma goes in, they pick up the initial kill, and like we said, they're 20 seconds away from winning, 30 seconds left inside. Now this is where things got very, very bad for the side of Vitality. One player tried to make a play in through Ruins, but this was a bad gunfight that Formal ended up losing, but then somebody was able to trade traded effectively. But now you see the yellow arrows, they were forced to just flood straight through. Crim6 was just sitting over top, laying down fire with that STG. Nobody could even get remotely close to the hill. It was really thanks to Crim6 why they ended up coming out on top of that one. But like we said, when the players are lining up, it's pretty to see, but it's so easy.
I mean, I respect what Vitality were trying to do. It was one of those moments where they said, right, wait, we wait for the pinch, and Crim6 just lines them up. 41 kills from the Crim button, a 250 to 240 win for OpTic Gaming. And if that map is anything to say about the rest of the series, we're in for a fairly decent one, I would say, Dick. A good start to this one. Just looking towards the Cave, we talked about Vitality, how strongly we're there.
Yeah, it's just like we said, Vitality did come out with the loss, but something to take away is just how impressive they play Cave. I mean, we've gone down and broken it so many times, just they have players where they need to be, but probably the most impressive stat, 41 kills for Crim, 116 seconds inside of the hill as well, 138 for Mauls and 28 kills to his name. It's kind of like the key player comparison there for that map number 1. So heading into map number 2 now, full momentum is going to be going in favor of OpTic Gaming, but how will Vitality bounce back? They've been in a position like this before, but like we said, keep on sounding like a broken record, they make the game close.
Is it one of those, though, where, I mean, do you want to lose a game in that fashion where you're in a commanding position and you just lose out through maybe a misplay here and there, or do you want to get blown out? It's one of those things where you come so close to the win and you don't get it. It can sometimes have a worse effect on you than getting absolutely battered throughout the whole game.
Yeah, it kind of varies based on who it is. Like, there are some people, if you ask them that question, like, I wish we would have just got blown out 250 to 50.
Yeah.
I wish it wouldn't have came down to those closing seconds like that. But I mean, if you're Vitality, and like we said, you're going up against OpTic Gaming, you're happy with that result. To be completely honest with you, you gave
in the grand scheme
one of the you gave one of the top hardpoint teams in COD WW2 World War II a major run for the money. They dominated the entire game. That's the thing that we have to look at too. OpTic Gaming did come out. It just came down to that last hill, the positioning. It came down to those cabin fights. That's the thing too, if they would have just held that cut over there towards that back ruins area, if Mauls was able to come on top in both of those gunfights, I honestly think that it would be Vitality taking it, but that wasn't the case. They were able to get the trade effectively, and that's ultimately what OpTic Game is the game. Obviously, we see everything that's going on inside the hill, but that one player, I think it was Formal in the middle map, got that kill, completely opened everything up.
Okay, so we take a step back from our point now, and we move to USS Texas, search and destroy, and it's really going to be a battle of snipers. I know Whalers is fairly proficient himself, so can he go toe-to-toe with Formal? That's what he's going to try and do. Not this round, though. It does seem as if Vitality are just looking to flood the mid-map.
See now, Smoke is going to be out. Formal not going to be able to get a read on any player just yet, but you see the map positioning from the side of Vitality. Riston's going to be at bottom. Formal, I believe, did spot him. Goes for the shot. Not going to be able to connect on that one, but now the frag is going to be cooked up. He's going to throw it. That's going to be a waste, though. Mauls is going to be able to draw first blood. That's going to be there on Karma. They realize that the bomb is down on the site, and it's going to be Xerox cleaning that one up too. So now it's going to be Crim6 left alive to try to clutch up into 1 versus 4. Has the STG, so it can work out being down here in this main hall. We see Xerox has top control. Vitality should not lose this one. No,
absolutely not. A good start from them. I like what they've done. I mean, we're presuming that they're going to go on to win this round. Crim6 in a really tough spot, but they just didn't want to give Formal any room to start getting those sniper picks. We've seen nobody really push towards that side. Whalers is watching B side. He's quite happy to do that. Nobody A side to fall into the trap of walking into Formal scope, and the first round on the board for Vitality.
Yeah, as you say there, Whalers getting a nice kill. Round number 1 in favor of the Frenchman. So now we head here into round number 2. We'll see what the side of Vitality is going to be able to do on offense. Again, like we said, we're going to have to watch the sniper play of Formal to see how he does play this one. See, that's the thing when you run a sniper, right? It takes one player off the map in a sense. If the gunfights are going down all the way across the map and you still have somebody watching that cross, and that's something Vitality kind of got the read of. They're like, okay, we know Formal is going to be watching this play. Don't even push A. Don't show to A. Don't do anything. Ooh! But now you see there, Whalers does get the best of Formal, trying to get into a nice little cheeky spot. He's going to be taken out, so first blood once more going in favor of Vitality.
Absolutely had the read on him. He knew exactly where he was going to go. It's a popular spot on the top boxes on the other side there, so Whalers, well aware of what's going on, picks himself a unique position. Usually typically see them up on the top where he is there now, and the bomb's now going to go down towards B, and the cards are in Vitality's pocket to take another round here. Formal is down. It's a 4 versus 3. Let's see what they can do.
You see now Crim6, SCG in hand once more, finds Xerox. He's going to be able to pick up that kill there. Now going up into top comms. It's going to be Karma taking out Whalers as well. So now it's going to be Risk into Mauls to try to find off Crim6, Scump, and Karma of OpTic Gaming. Going to be one more player down the steps. Going to be Mauls picking up a kill there. Riskin finds one. Scump trades one of those kills out. 22 seconds on the clock in a 1 versus 1. Can he do it? Mauls off to a hot start, currently sitting at 2-0. He's going to be able to spot Scump. Shots do come in. 15 seconds to work with. Just needs to try to stay alive here. Nice kill coming in there. The wall bang from Mauls as they are going to fall Vitality with the 2-0 lead.
Yeah, but they made it a little bit hard for themselves. Their 4 versus 3 situation eventually comes down to a 1 versus 1, and eventually going to win it, but well played by Mols. That's all you need to do, just stay alive towards the end of the round, and wins it for Vitality. 2-0 up now on Texas S&D. Can they claw a map back here? A close map 1 between these two teams, and it could be a close series all the way through here.
Yeah, somebody you definitely have to watch out for, and if you're OpTic Gaming, you're kind of going on a hunt for this player more than others, is going to be Mols. Currently sitting at 3 kills, so he's making pretty good progress towards those streaks. And USS Texas streaks are going to be a little bit iffy, but you see right off the bat, OpTic Gaming going to be able to find 2 kills there. So now it's going to be 2 up left for the side of Vitality. Scump going to be playing in the cafeteria. Crim6 finds 1, Scump finds another. A very, very quick round win for the side of OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, and that just comes down to getting mid-map control. First round, we've seen that was what Vitality wanted to do. They did so without competition from OpTic Gaming, and in the end, OpTic say, right, okay, now we're going to get mid-map control this time. They go through, they get the kills where they need to. Pretty easy round for the green wall, and 2-1 now. Vitality's still in the lead, but that's the sort of round we sort of, maybe OpTic, you know, they're sort of downloading the information. They're sort of seeing what the other team are doing, where they're winning the rounds and how they're winning the rounds, and OpTic then try to adapt to try and change something up to try and get some rounds back themselves, and they do so in round number 3. Moving on to round number 4 now, and Whalers is not going to catch anybody this side, and it'll be interesting to see what's going on the rest of the map. And again, OpTic can get control of the mid-map, and that's all that they need to do here. If they can lock that down, it makes it very, very hard for Vitality to start manipulating and where they want to go. Mols does make the first kill on the Scump, though, so can they open up something here towards it?
And we've always said a big part of USS Texas is that middle map control, covering the top comms, covering down in the cafeteria, opens up so many lanes for your team to push into B, wrap around to A, overextend all the way through as well. So OpTic Gaming, they're playing it to a T, and Formo's going to pick up the first kill there. That one's going to be on Riskin, so now it's an even man count sitting at 3-3. Bomb's going to be picked up there by Mols, gets out with his life, and it looks like they might be going for the wraparound here to try to go to B. 40 seconds to work with on the clock. B side is going to be completely open. See, are they going to be able to get it? Karma's going to be pushing through. The bomb should be able to go down, but the notification will come up. The players from OpTic Gaming should rotate and look for here. Formal has the sniper. He's getting into position up here and lookout.
Yeah, they're going to know somebody is going to be moving towards them. Mols has just about escaped Formal's vision, and Xerox should go down here. The shot is not quite landed, though. Crim6 does take down Whalers. Xerox has to be very, very careful. Does get taken down, but we do actually have Mols in a really, really good position. He's going to catch Formal out here, but where's the rest? He's so loud. He is so, so loud. That's not going to work in his favor. Formal does get taken down, but Crim6 is nowhere to be seen with 20 seconds to go here, Dick.
So see, now 15 seconds left. Mols just needs to try to play his life once more. He's in a situation like this in round number 2, replicating it here in this round number 4. So it looks like it's going to be a Vitality round win here. Crim6 just trying to hunt for the kill. He's going to be able to do that, so that shuts down Mols, which is good. Yeah,
well played by Crim. He knows in that situation it's going to be very, very hard for him to win the rounds. Just picks up the kill on a full streak, though, so takes down a lot of members of the Vitality side, but in the end, the Vitality team get the round. 3-1 now.
Yeah, this map, just in general, in the search and destroy the mode, is going to be huge for Vitality. If they lose this, there's no way they're taking CTF. CTF is one of their worst modes. Just going back to Dallas and as well as coming into this event. So if OpTic Gaming, if they lose this one, things can get a little bit interesting. We will see the last hardpoint match, which will could go either way. Another one of those as well. But we still need to finish this search and destroy here, but it'd be big for Vitality to come out with a W. It's a must-win for OpTic Gaming. So as you see now, Formo's going to go throw out the initial frag. Going to be able to connect, but the player did have Hunker on. Now the push is going to come onto the side. It's going to be Mols. Gets out with his life and picks up a kill in the process. So now 3 players left up for the side of OpTic. You just see the Vitality spread going all the way through. They have players in the middle map. And like we said, most teams that have been playing in this middle map area, they've been coming out with the round win once they dominated.
Yeah, and that's exactly what's happening. I mean, Vitality get control of it there. They get the first initial kill. They sort of just tighten their grip on OpTic and in their attacking form. I mean, it's very, very hard for them to move around when Vitality have this sort of control, this sort of presence on the map. 2 versus 4 now, though. Scump and Formal to take on the 4 members of Vitality. And Formal just not really had much luck with that sniper so far. Hasn't really been able to pop off. I mean, it does sort of come down. I mean, Whalers on the other side of things isn't really having much luck either. But Vitality aren't playing into his hands in that sense because they're just sitting in mid-map. They're just going for that mid-map control. Yeah, they've got Whalers watching B, but Formal's pushing towards A. If they can get the control in mid-map, it just gives them so much presence on the map, and it nullifies the snipers. But Scump left in a 1 versus 3. Not going to happen. 4-1 to Vitality now.
Yeah, this is a great all-around play from what we're seeing from the side of Vitality, and this has been a man who's been showing up since map number 1, now heading here to map number 2. It's going to be Mols. You see him pick up the kill there on Scump. putting them ever so closer to taking this search and destroy. You see OpTic Gaming just trying to sit there, talk it over to see what they can do to try to counteract what Vitality is throwing to them. I think if you're OpTic Gaming, you need to just go kind of that aggressive play style. You need to keep up the pressure. You can't just be caught sitting in the back. Let Formal do his thing. Have everybody else push straight through. Put Airborne Hunker on. Just get everybody into that middle map. Make sure that you take complete control. See, Maul is going to be sitting up in top comms. Karmo's able to spot his feet. He's going to get some shots. He's not going to be able to get the kill, though, but now they do know where one player is, and that kind of gives them a general idea of where the push is going to be coming from.
Yeah, I mean, typically A is something that we see more than B, of course, and it always seems as if that is the direction teams want to go. So OpTic will have the read on that. Formal eventually able to sort of contribute. Does take down the sniper of Vitality. That's going to be Whalers, and Karma is going to take down Moles before he gets out with his life. Last round we've seen on the attack from Vitality, they died at that bomb site and then they wrapped B because they were able to get out. Not that time. 2 versus 4 now, and it's going to be very, very hard for Vitality to make this 5-1. And it's about to be 4-2. Not bad play from Xerox, so gets 1 pick. Not going to get any more, though. Another round over towards OpTic. 4-2 now.
I think in that entire sequence, there's about 4 smoke grenades thrown that late into a round, which is a little weird. You saw one that kind of smoked off the cross there. At the far back, there was one going under. So it's just something a little odd. Typically, you see the smoke grenades being utilized at the beginning of rounds of smoke off cuts, but it's been a common strategy, at least in World War II, where players are going to start to hold on to their nades a little bit, specifically smoke grenades, because it can get you out of sticky situations. If you're isolated on a bomb site, throw a smoke and just get out of there with your life. OpTic Gaming going to get a round on the board here. So we're on board with Formal once more. See what he can do over here towards A to try to get this initial pick. One player's going to jump off the site, trying to go for the wall bang. Not going to go through that. Spots Mauls. He's going to be able to make him pay for peeking. Formal draws the first blood for OpTic Gaming.
Yeah, and that's what they need. We haven't seen this from OpTic yet, where they've been able to get themselves into this sort of position. And they're going to know that somebody's in around that A-bomb site. Formal's just waiting on him, moving back towards safety. He isn't going to need to, though. Scum does taking down. The bullet was not far off either. And OpTic now, it seems that Vitality are playing in their hands a little bit here. It's not a position where, you know, they've typically set up in mid-map and got control from there and sort of just negated any sort of presence that Formal has with that sniper. But they haven't been doing that in the last 2 rounds, and it's allowing OpTic to claw back into this game.
Now you see Whalers are going to be isolated. They know the call that he does have that sniper in hand, have the machine pistol in his back pocket. We see a nice, well-executed play come from OpTic again. We saw the smokes. They got the bomb down. They were able to cross. Crib6 was already working around on the flank. Scump kind of went for what we call like an ego challenge, challenging a sniper from range with a PPSH. It didn't work out for him, but it just kind of gave his team enough information, saying, okay, if I peek out here, I'm dying with a sniper. It's going to be Whalers back there. He has that in hand. You guys are good to win the round. There's no way you're going to be able to clutch that 1 versus 3, or at least you wouldn't think so in just a picture-perfect world, but it was just a great, well-executed play coming from OpTic Gaming.
Crimsix seems to be the catalyst here. 9-3 from him, as OpTic Gaming still trail by a round, though. And a slower one here. Maybe, once again, they're trying to play into the hands of Formal, and he's going to be able to say, Whalers, I'm going to take you down now. Let's see if we can move towards B. It does seem as if Vitality are going to try and do that, and Formal with the grenade, a 2nd kill in the round from him, and 4 streak currently from Formal. And I said again, I mean, when Vitality play the game so they're not falling into the trap of walking into Formal with that sniper, they win rounds. Every single time the gamble doesn't pay off, they start getting themselves in bad situations. It's now a 2 versus 2. They are able to get it. Xerox snaps on the Karma. 1 versus 2 now, Scum in a bad position.
It's good for him just because he has the PPSH and he's down in long haul. That's one of the things you can take away. He needs to try to keep these gunfights within close quarters. If you're Vitality, you can't be caught looking in the same direction. You're playing this 2 versus 1. You need to make sure that trade is there. You should never die. Well, one person should die, if anything, but it should be traded out immediately. So let's see what they do here. Scum's going to push onto the site, sees Mauls. Mauls utilizing that chest eye cover. Going to be ducking down, peeping up, just trying to get some shots in. Scump now is going to be one shot. He's going to back up. 30 seconds to work with here. It's kind of the only way he has to go. If he were to try to flank all the way around, it would be burning a lot of time off the clock, but just an excellent job, like we said, by Vitality to take that one as they now sit on match point.
Well, looking good for Vitality in this search and destroy. We said it's an essential map that they need to win. We do feel as if the CTF is definitely heavily leaning towards OpTic. So let's see, can Vitality close this one out? If anything, though, I do like the Vitality jerseys, like the hoodies. I mean, it is a bright yellow.
The black and yellow is nice.
It's nice. They look like wasps.
So you see now, like we said, Vitality, match point. See how OpTic Gaming is going to be able to bounce back into this. Because now you're starting to see 3-man stack going into middle for the side of Vitality. OpTic Gaming have yet to get all the way in through here to Cafeteria. So they are going to have full control. Karma's going to be the first player to peek. Crim6 with the STG from range. Should be able to take out Xerox. He does. Scump picks up a kill there as well. Forcing the players of Vitality to rotate. Getting some shots in Cafeteria. Whalers now finds himself in a sticky situation with that sniper out. Sitting here towards the middle. But does have the FG in his back pocket as well to work with.
He's going to have that available, just picks that up, and that makes things a little bit easier, but not really that easy anyway. 1 versus 3 here that he's going to have to pull off, and they've got a good idea of where he is. And I liked what Vitality did, and they just didn't win the gunfights, unfortunately for them. And OpTic Gaming looking good to get around back here.
Oh my goodness, Whalers!
How has he managed to get himself in this position? It's now a 1 versus 1 against Karma.
In an impossible situation, Whalers has now spotted Karma. Ooh, almost gets the kill there, just one shot away. You see the frustration coming in, but he just almost pulled off something that shouldn't have even been possible. It all started with those 2 sniper kills, and then trying to get the challenge there. Karma utilizing that bomb site to his advantage. The PPSH is going to win that one. That's the thing, too. Maybe if this was pre-patch FG, it might have gotten that kill. Higher fire rate, it stays locked in a little bit longer, but now it shoots slower, it kicks up a lot more, so it's going to be so hard to get people off of those covers. But OpTic Gaming able to bounce back. Still have 2 more rounds to get the win here, but you know they're focused in trying to force this round number 11. It's going to be Whalers playing over here, watching the A cross. You see the OpTic Gaming players sending 1 down through middle. 2 players from the side of Vitality are also going to be there, putting a lot of emphasis over here towards B, allowing the player sitting in the back of the map, Karma, to watch over A.
Well, Vitality looking towards A once again. Can they manage to open anything up here? Xerox wins that first gunfight. That could be essential. Gonna win a second as well. And this is looking good for Vitality. They're in the driving seat in this round now. 4 versus 2 in favor of them. Formal makes it a 4 versus 3. I say, you know, if you're Vitality, you just wrap round B. Yeah, no. You wrap to B. Do you not even give Formal the opportunity to make some of these kills? But here we go. The bomb is going down at A nonetheless. And it's still going to be a hard round for OpTic Gaming to win. But if they do, they tie it up. Kill's not going to quite come in yet. They're looking for Formal to maybe try and get a pick before they can do anything here, but there's still 3 members of Vitality left alive, and OpTic need to do something fairly quickly. Vitality playing this one smart, and that's all they need to do. 30 seconds to go. It's going to take a miracle for OpTic to win this one now.
You see, trying to go for the ninja right there is Karma. Formal's going to be able to get another kill there on Xerox. Now just needs to pick up this kill on Riskin. He's not going to be able to. Now it's going to be Formal left up in a 1 versus 2. Trying to find the kill there on Riskin. Trying to get the shot. The second one misses there as well. 12 seconds to work with. This should be all she wrote. It is going to be a Vitality win. They take the search and destroy. And like we said, this was a must win for Vitality. They head into map 3 in their weaker game mode. Have a little bit of wiggle room now against OpTic Gaming. But Mauls, the man, continues his stellar performance, going from map number 1 going to map number 2 as well. So now the CTF. Not for all the marbles, but it's definitely going to be a big swing to see how the rest of the series plays out.
Absolutely. Vitality taking map number 2, and a fairly close game in the end, but they always sort of seemed in control, didn't they? It always seemed as if they had the advantageous situations. They seemed to set up nicely where they needed to. They had a good idea around it that they didn't really, I said, want to play in the Formal's hands. I mean, as soon as they did, they were losing rounds, and then they changed it up again to go back to how they started. It ended up working more and take the game 6-4. So good work by them in this S&D. And as we said, moving into the CTF, it really can be a swing map. We do expect OpTic to look very good in this map, though.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely do. Like we said, for Vitality, I mean, we're not just saying OpTic Gaming is going to win because they're the better team. It's just the fact that Vitality struggles with CTF. They won it once in Dallas. It's something that you can't have happen. And with only 3 maps to pick from as well, it's just a little tough when it comes down to it. I feel like if you're OpTic Gaming, you're just kind of picking whatever you really want to play. I mean, you have to have confidence when it comes down to playing a team like Vitality and CTF. Like we said, OpTic Gaming probably one of the more teams doing all that research on how these guys play. I think just from previous events and what they've seen from Vitality, they're more than capable of taking some maps away, or if they don't even take them, they keep the scores very, very close. They're not getting blown out. They're going right down to the wire and search and destroys, hardpoints, and CTF as well. So to kick things off, Ardent Force hardpoint, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be one of these things. I feel like whoever gets this first initial swing of going in through Cave, who tries to not get it contested as much and getting that wraparound over towards that ruined side, will ultimately kind of dominate the tempo of the game before we go into the next set of rotations.
Well, let's get into it. It is going to be Arden with Formal starting off with a sniper, just trying to open things up there. Riskin picking up 2 with the PPSH as well. A pretty even start from either 2 of these teams. Nobody really breaking the points there at all, and both one of these teams just trying to feel each other out. in these first initial gunfights. Formal still using that sniper to good effect. Does take down two. Xerox is eventually going to get in there to maybe try and pick up some points for Vitality. Not going to quite happen. Formal 4-0. So
I think just from previous events and what they've seen from Vitality, they're more than capable of taking some maps away, or if they don't even take them, they keep the scores very, very close. They're not getting blown out. They're going right down to the wire and search and destroys, hardpoints, and CTF as well. So to kick things off, Ardent Force hardpoint, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be one of these things. I feel like whoever gets this first initial swing of going in through Cave, who tries to not get it contested as much and getting that wraparound over towards that ruined side, will ultimately kind of dominate the tempo of the game before we go into the next set of rotations.
Well, let's get into it. It is going to be Den with Formal starting off with the sniper, just trying to open things up there. Riskin picking up two with the PPSH as well. Pretty even start from either two of these teams. Nobody really breaking the points there at all, and both one of these teams just trying to feel each other out in these first initial gunfights. Formal still using that sniper to good effect. Does take down two. Xerox is eventually going to get in there to maybe try and pick up some points for Vitality. Not going to quite happen. Formal 4-0 so far with the sniper, and a fantastic start by him. Going to pick up some more as well, and if Formal starts going off like this, you do worry for Vitality.
And it's just one of those things. I remember just when you kind of look at this map, you're like, maybe somebody should bring out a sniper to try to watch across, see how it goes. You say it joking around, you don't expect somebody to do it, but if you do expect somebody, it is Formal, Clayster, those type of guys to bring out that strat, and it worked out for him. It was able to get the Vitality players off the hill and forcing them, I think, just from previous events and what they've seen from Vitality, they're more than capable of taking some maps away, or if they don't even take them, they keep the scores very, very close. They're not getting blown out. They're going right down to the wire and search and destroys, hardpoints, and CTF as well. So to kick things off, Ardent Force hardpoint, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be one of these things. I feel like whoever gets this first initial swing of going in through Cave, who tries to not get it contested as much and getting that wraparound over towards that ruined side, will ultimately kind of dominate the tempo of the game before we go into the next set of rotations.
Well, let's get into it. It is going to be Den with Formal starting off with the sniper, just trying to open things up there. Riskin picking up two with the PPSH as well. Pretty even start from either two of these teams. Nobody really breaking the points there at all, and both one of these teams just trying to feel each other out in these first initial gunfights. Formal still using that sniper to good effect. Does take down two. Xerox is eventually going to get in there to maybe try and pick up some points for Vitality. Not going to quite happen. Formal 4-0 so far with the sniper, and a fantastic start by him. Going to pick up some more as well, and if Formal starts going off like this, you do worry for Vitality.
And it's just one of those things. I remember just when you I think just from previous events and what they've seen from Vitality, they're more than capable of taking some maps away, or if they don't even take them, they keep the scores very, very close. They're not getting blown out. They're going right down to the wire and search and destroys, hardpoints, and CTF as well. So to kick things off, Ardent Force hardpoint, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be one of these things. I feel like whoever gets this first initial swing of going in through Cave, who tries to not get it contested as much and getting that wraparound over towards that ruined side, will ultimately kind of dominate the tempo of the game before we go into the next set of rotations.
Well, let's get into it. It is going to be Den with Formal starting off with the sniper, just trying to open things up there. Riskin picking up two with the PPSH as well. Pretty even start from either two of these teams. Nobody really breaking the points there at all, and both one of these teams just trying to feel each other out in these first initial gunfights. Formal still using that sniper to good effect. Does take down two. Xerox is eventually going to get in there to maybe try and pick up some points for Vitality. Not going to quite happen. Formal 4-0 so far with the sniper, and a fantastic start by him. Going to pick up some more as well, and if Formal starts going off like this, you do worry for Vitality.
And it's just one of those things. I remember just when you kind of look at this map, you're like, maybe somebody should bring out a sniper to try to watch across, see how it goes. You say it joking around, you don't expect somebody to do it, but if you do expect somebody, it is Formal, Clayster, those type of guys to bring out that strat, and it worked out for him. It was able to get the Vitality players off the hill and forcing them to rotate early. OpTic Gaming getting some pretty good time off of that, but now it's going to be Vitality just getting the last minute scraps. The Scump is going to be the first player into the action for OpTic Gaming to try to break ruins here. It's going to be Xerox inside the hill, gets the player right in the head, trying to get the turn there on Whaler's, not going to go through. He is using the FG in this one, so we'll see how that comes into the play with the current meta.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen the FG in the previous game when we've seen Mindfreak taking on TK. We've seen a lot of the Mindfreak players tend to be using it. So obviously something that's still available in the weapon pool that maybe I didn't actually expect too much. I expected to see the Bar and STG a lot more, but the FG clearly still viable at this moment in time, and OpTic Gaming in control of this Ruins hardpoint currently. They do get taken down though, and it is probably, yep, Vitality with the more favorable spawn. So let's see if they can call themselves back into this one after a first great initial start by OpTic, with Formal just dominating that forest with the sniper. And it's going to be Vitality picking up kills left, right, and center, and all four members of OpTic Gaming go down. Great work by Vitality. They're going to be able to try and hold it down at this bunker hardpoint and picking up the scrap from Ruins as well.
And going back to the FG42, just how it plays, Ardent Force be getting to the time where it might just reset itself. It looks like Vitality might be able to get a touch on it, but the stun comes in at the perfect time. That just gives Formal enough time, a little bit of leeway to try to get that kill, but Malls gets a touch there on the flag. He is going to be stunned over there towards Cabin. Cut, it slows him down. Nobody in a position to try to get the flag. It's going to be Vitality getting the first score on the board. There's Malls, takes the jump off the bridge, and caps on the flag.
Right, okay. So, I mean, Scum makes that kill about 30 seconds ago, and I think he probably just expects somebody from his team to come up behind him as he holds Cabin and just return that, but I want to say misplay from OpTic there. I want to say it. I feel as if they should have been a lot more urgent on that. It seems as if they were just taking their time. I tell you, somebody who isn't as Malls picking up 2 here, and it looks as if Vitality are going to be able to hold this one down. Malls looking to defend here, Formal in a good position to do something. It spawns 2 members of Vitality out towards Cabin, but the rest of this team are nowhere to be seen, and OpTic Formal has it all to do all on his own.
Yeah, he's going to get pinched out there by the side of Vitality. Pretty much what you expect coming from that. Now Scump's going to picture a player coming over here towards Ruins, going to be able to find the kill there. Scump now going to be pushing all the way through here towards Tank. The players are going to be spawning over towards this back bridge, but Scump is going to be on the hunt for this kill. He's going to be able to find that one, but now just needs that teammate support. Kind of left out in the open there, but Vitality's still sitting pretty. OpTic Gaming haven't been able to make much of a well-coordinated push. They've been able to find kills, find themselves in the enemy base, but they haven't got anything from it.
Karma is really struggling in the series. We've seen them have a pretty poor map 1, and OpTic still do walk away as winners, sort of showing the strength. But 0-7 currently from Karma, and as I said, really not a good map number 1 either. And the rest of his team having to carry a bit of dead weight, unfortunately, at this moment in time. We know that Karma, though, when he does step up to the plate, can be one of the best players on the planet. So let's see if he can do that in the rest of the series. But Vitality do currently have a lead, and they are in a pretty good position to pull a flag here. If they can get this kill onto Karma, that's going to cause all sorts of problems, right? That kill goes in, and now suddenly it is actually Crimsix and Formal have to defend themselves. There's going to be Scum to spawn up towards the back, and Vitality are in a good position to pull a flag here if they can get the second round of kills.
Yeah, there's going to be 2 players to worry about. One playing in towards all the way at the back bunker. It's going to be Formal. He finds the first kill. Stun goes out there as well, and that's something I love from OpTic Gaming right now. Is they're utilizing these stuns, but Whalers, he's going to be able to take him out while stunned. Now it's going to be Karma shooting from distance with the PPSH. He finds himself one. Xerox gets the cross. He's able to shoot the player there through the dust and find Scump there, trying to find the third. Kills Crimsix, a triple kill coming in there from him, but he's finally going to be shut down by Formal. Should be able to return the flag as we approach 1 minute left of play here in the first half.
Okay, so Xerox doesn't get that out after the fantastic play that he got there, but he keeps that map pressure in favor of Vitality. They can stay up further on the map here, and the flag's going to get pulled. And that's going to be a very hard one to return, and this is looking like a second flag for Vitality. We said CTF, not one of their best game modes. They're showing otherwise here, 2-0 now in this first half. At a 1-1 series, Vitality looking strong against OpTic Gaming.
And what's weird, too, is just that for this map specifically, in Dallas is one that they didn't even win. They played it 2 times, didn't come out on top in either one of them. So seeing the dominant performance that they're putting on, there's just something about Ardent Force that Vitality loves. And I think it just kind of caters towards their AR play with the bar. I think Whalers finds himself in great positions more than really anybody that we've seen so far in this map specifically. And it's just having Mauls slay out around the hill. But it's just, at the end of the day, it's a team effort, but they're doing a lot from what we saw in the hardpoint. They do just do an excellent job of making sure they fill the lanes. If they lose the gunfights, making the proper rotations to get back. Yeah,
I mean, full credit to Vitality, but I really do not feel like this OpTic Gaming team is firing right now on this map. I mean, we've seen Crimsix have a fantastic first 2 maps. They lose the S&D, but on the back of his kills, he kept them in it. He's currently 4-10. Karma's 5-11. Scump is 5-11. Formal is the only one going toe-to-toe. He's ARing, and you would think that would sort of release things up for the SMGs to do something, but they're not doing anything currently. I mean, Vitality are playing a sound game here. A very, very sound game. But OpTic are not at the races currently, I don't feel.
And this is where, if you're OpTic Gaming, you just kind of need to make these adjustments. Like we said, Crimsix, he's the AR player for OpTic Gaming now. So you need to find him in the position where he's going to be sitting in open. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be easier to try to relay the flags from the side that they are coming from now. So we'll see how OpTic Gaming's able to play it. Obviously, you need to play this open side. For the side of OpTic Gaming where you are attacking. So look for Crimsix, look for Formal to possibly start to tee up over here towards open, while the players from OpTic Gaming try to take control of that middle map area. But you see the first initial gunfights going in favor of OpTic. It's going to be 3 dead already for the side of Vitality, but they're able to slow the push down for the time. It's going to be Whalers. Karma only has 5 shots. Doesn't matter. He's going to be able to drain that kill immediately coming from Whalers. They should be able to get a flagpole here. here. Crimsix could just pick up this one kill. He should be able to grab it, get away with his life, but no. Nice teammates coming out of Vitality. It's another thing that we underrate in Call of Duty World War II is how important utilizing those nades as a team does come in handy, but now you're starting to see them get the flag away in Formal. He's already piecing. Yeah,
it does seem as if this Wheeler's going to pick up 2. That looked like a certain flag away for OpTic Gaming, and in the end, Wheelers just cleans up where he needs to. Miles gets the kill onto Karma and just negates all that pressure that OpTic had fought so hard for in that first minute to get a hold of it. Not able to walk away with anything there, but time is still on their side. 4 minutes remaining to get 2 flags at least is what they need to do. And Vitality looking to maybe pick up a defensive sort of stance here.
Most definitely do. They're pretty comfortable with their 2 flag lead. Get the first initial kill there. It's going to be Scump picking up a nice 2-piece. But now they need to try to get the flags out. The first nade is going to come in. It is going to connect, but it's not going to be able to get a kill from that one. This should be an OpTic Gaming flag cap as they coasting straight in towards their base, unless this player middle map can make something happen. But no, Formal gets the nice cutoff there. OpTic Gaming get flag number 1 on the board.
Yep, and they do so very, very well. Really good work by them. They just pushed them out, and Vitality just didn't get a favorable spawn towards the ruins to really get themselves in a position to defend that. In the end, they walk away with it, and you know, Vitality just reset themselves on the map because OpTic have all retreated back to make sure that flag goes in. It allows Vitality to get some sort of map control here. Can they benefit from that here? Wheelers wins the gunfight against Formal that he needed to towards Cabin. Looking towards ruins, though, it does seem as if OpTic are stacking themselves up here, risking a bad spot. He is going to get taken down. Karma and Scump pushing on through there. They're going to try and get control of mid-map, and it's just a control battle here. This is all they need to do, is try and win these gunfights mid-map to try and move forward. Xerox gets the kill on the Crimsix. Mols has something to contest with here. It is going to be Scump taking him down, as well as Karma being there available as well. Not going to be able to get quite the second there, Xerox. Scump does clean him up as they now once again OpTic Gaming get control. What I want to say is, OpTic are now on the favorable side, and look at Scump's score streaks. We said he needed to start heating up. He's 12 and 14 now off the back of a bad start. Riskin picks up 3 though, shutting them down, but those streaks are so influential on this map deck.
Yep, the Ginger Ninja Scump getting those full streaks, and that's going to be something that plays big. And finally what we're starting to see from Vitality now, instead of turtling in that bunker area, just trying to play some defense, they're now pushing up, and that's going to be one of the big things. Like we said, on the side of OpTic Gaming, you want to attack this bunker side, and this is why you're seeing Karma get into such more better positions. He's able to turn things around because the ARs are now playing where they need to be. It's hard on the other side when you're trying to play that defense. You need to kind of pick and choose where you are playing. As you see OpTic Gaming getting out with a flag, the cuts are going to be in place. That should be another cap for the side of OpTic Gaming. It's going to coast towards the finish line. It's going to be Crimsix putting this one in.
Yeah, and the thing is, on the side that Vitality are on, if you're playing it passively, it's so hard. If you lose a couple of kills, they can pull that flag away. And if you're not in a position to stop it, it's so easy. Once OpTic get out of bunker, if you haven't got mid-map presence, it's a flag. It's gone. It's very, very hard unless you have streaks to do anything about it. And OpTic Gaming in a prime position to try and take the lead here. They've got the pressure that they need to. They've got Scump streaks. Xerox does answer back with a 2-piece. But a minute and a half to go. Vitality on the back foot here. OpTic in the driving seat.
Should be a big hold coming in here. Crimsix is going to get some shots down. Going to be able to find 1 kill, but backs out with his life. Going to be Whalers just left on the site. He is going to be able to take out Crimsix. Karma's going to be left inside of bunker. Trying to pick up this kill here. He might just let him run by if he does. This is nice patient play coming from Karma. Now he's going to get the kill. Just trying to utilize as much time as possible. He's going to get onto the flag. He's able to get away with it, but now there's going to be a counter pull coming there from Vitality as well. We're looking to get a stalemate, but the mortar strike comes in. He's going to take cover inside of Bell, and that is so smart just to play his life. But now they do know where this player is going to be playing. You have Crimsix with an AR. He's getting ready to get position top plat. The collapse is going to come in here surely. Crimsix finds the kill. They should be able to get the return. Another cap for OpTic. 40 seconds left for Vitality to try to turn the tide here, but OpTic Gaming are going for the relay, and it's going to be Scump running on forward.
It's just like they flip a switch, Dirk. Fantastic work by OpTic. I like the counter cap from Vitality, but they need to win gunfights in the middle of the map. If you've got 3 players on Vitality going down, it's not going to work in your favor at all. OpTic with 2 quick caps. And that is going to be the map. Vitality were in the driving seat for the majority. OpTic Gaming comes screaming back on the back of Scump's score streak. 15 and 15, he ends it. I think he only had 4 kills at the beginning of the first half. To come into that second half, showing the quality of play from him. Really good work by OpTic. They take map number 3, 4-2, and go 2-1 up in the series.
And that's one of the biggest things too. So the side that OpTic Gaming was just attacking is the more favorable side. And you can see why.
Yeah.
We saw Karma going 0-7 when they're on the other side trying to attack. It's very hard for your AR players to find themselves in good positions and try to get the submachine gun players set up, because you're not putting a whole lot of emphasis on the defense, because of course you need to play offense as well. But on a map like that, you can't really transition your defense into offense attacking through open. If you're trying to go down, you're trying to push forward, you're trying to push the ruins to get the flag to pull it out that way. So that's one of the biggest things. But then you quickly saw, as soon as OpTic Gaming went into the more favorable side, they went straight through. Karma, he was picking up a lot more kills. The ARs were getting set up in position. You talk about Scump turned things around, got fully streaked out. That is where, if people at home are wondering where we say, well, SMG players can't get into the positions unless they have the AR player support. That is, like, if you just go back and watch an entire 5-minute round of how OpTic Gaming was playing, you can see why Karma was able to turn things around, why Scump was able to turn things around. Formal didn't have to slay out as much as possible. Crim6 was picking up his end of the deal as well. So just great all-around play from OpTic Gaming, bouncing back in that one. And now we head into another hard point, and we're definitely not sleeping on Vitality still. I'm not counting them out.
Absolutely not. After that first map, we've seen them probably, I mean, we argued that they had control of the majority of the map, and they looked as if they were going to be winners through that one. In the end, I think it was just OpTic's quality that shone through, that 4-piece by Crim at the end really sort of be the catalyst of that. You know, we've seen them get a few of these moments where Vitality were just making all of the kills, and suddenly they flip the switch like they did in that CTF there to just win the map when they need to. But they don't want to be letting things go this far. Okay, I mean, that can't do anything for their confidence. So they're going in against Vitality, a team they're expected to, I mean, not even just beat probably quite convincingly, and they're not having a good time so far.
No, they're most definitely not. So let's get the replay up on screen of how that CTF unfolded. Like we said, is Vitality in the driver's seat right there. And like you said, Mauls has been showing up the entire series. He's off to 7-3. He was making very good progress towards the streaks there as well. But things quickly turned around. OpTic Gaming, they start together a full head of steam. Crim6 got a flag cap in. Scump got one as well. 4 players dead for Vitality there in that clip. That led to cap number 3. They're trying to get the relay going through once more. From this point on, every kill that OpTic Gaming are just getting just to add some more salt into the wound. So they did end up with 4 caps to take out Vitality. Map number 4 was forced from that search and destroy win from Vitality as well. So we'll see how they're able to bounce back. If it's like that first hard point, I don't know if my heart can take it, but the people at home, you know, they're going to be excited to watch some great Call of Duty.
I'd be really, really interested to see how the kills broke down on the other side for Vitality. I know they were dominant in that first half, but looking towards it at the end, they really did not pick up any in that second half, and that shows in the score. OpTic pick up 4 flag caps in that second side, and Vitality just couldn't answer back in the second half at all.
Yeah, and it's a tough life if you're Mauls too, because he's kind of like the dedicated flag runner. His class is airborne energetic. That means if a nade gets anywhere near him when he's running a flag or trying to get into position, Ardent Forest is one where you feel like you see more nades than any other map. So if you're Mauls and you're trying to get into a position, all OpTic Gaming has to do is just throw an N74, throw a frag, and you're going to be dead. So that's one of the things, it's kind of the disadvantages to that, but you do need somebody who's going to be able to get those quick feet and get the flag. If you pull the flag when you have armored, you're going to run so much more slow. You're not going to be able to get into that positioning any better as well. As you guys can get a look at OpTic Gaming, the men who currently lead 2-1 in this best of 5. Vitality now with their backs against the wall, trying to force this map number 5, but now it's going to be on St. Marie du Mont. And this one, OpTic Gaming's nice place from Dallas 4-0. Today, 1-0 on St. Marie as well. So what's going through my mind is that Vitality should have banned this map out immediately. It should have been one that was gone, but they didn't.
So, I mean, from Vitality's standpoint, where do you think they should have maybe taken this one? Because, I mean, looking towards it, OpTic, definitely the team we're going to be favoring in this map. I mean, you know, Vitality, for me, whenever I watched them in Hardpoint, looked pretty proficient every single map.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like we said, just with Vitality, when it does come down to the hardpoint too, pretty much an even spread. St. Marie is one of their best maps, so it's sort of like a comfort pick. They don't want to get rid of it because it's one of their best, but it goes back to saying, okay, this is OpTic Gaming's best map. OpTic Gaming is a better team. You can kind of say that with confidence. Why are we going to keep this one into the rotation as well? So it could go either way. If Vitality is able to replicate that performance at map number 1 here in this map number 4, it could be a very, very interesting game. But OpTic Gaming getting off to a hot start here. They've taken the early lead. They have full control over here towards bottom and top red.
Yep, they got the control that they need to. Formal holding down bottom here, just trying to wait for the Vitality players to line up for him. And a good enough start, looking towards the spawn, so it is Vitality with the side that you do want to try and hold down. Karma does pick up 2 though, and you can see he's going to push straight on through to try and pick up 30, does so. And they want to try and break that spawn as soon as possible. Vitality though, on the back foot instantly. OpTic Gaming are going to have around 50, nearly 50 points as we go towards Winery, but it is going to be Vitality with the initial setup that they need. We can see OpTic trying to break it towards the back here. If Mols can hold this down, that's massive for his team, and he does so. Crimsix and Scump don't go down, so you negate all that pressure that OpTic were trying to put down that side, and Vitality should be able to hold some points here.
I think definitely for the side of OpTic Gaming, for them to have success, for them to take this map, it's going to be on Karma and Scump. I mean, these guys, every single time you watch St. Marie, are putting up these high numbers. They do an excellent job of equally pushing out of the hill. Sometimes one plays inside, the other one pushes out. It's kind of like what we call the Scumper roll, slaying out inside of the hill, able to force the enemy team all the way back. OpTic Gaming, they do get the break. Still one more player to worry about, though, inside of the hill. That's going to be Mauls. The frag does go out, not going to be able to connect, but they do have a general idea where Karma is. He's going to lose that gunfight, so Vitality, they're still able to hold strong in this one. As you see, OpTic Gaming players already starting to rotate all the way around here towards the lot.
Yeah, they're considering it, and they're going to go for it as well. That is every single point, and Winery going to go over towards Vitality. Fantastic work to hold that down. And you know what, I want to point it back to that two-piece that Maul's got back at the back right corner there. Fantastic work by him. If he doesn't make both of those kills, it completely changes the dynamic of that second half point. They hold it completely down, and they're going to have 62 points as we move towards parking lot, but OpTic Gaming in a prime position to hold this one down themselves.
And they definitely are. That was a huge gunfight going down there at the bottom left side of the map. Whalers took out Formal, so this is kind of where things open up now. The spawns are going to be split. Every kill is going to be so important, but now Vitality players are spawning up here in this back barn. They need to make sure they get the kills coming from the cross from Radio Tower. They've allowed 2 OpTic Gaming players to push forward, but now they allow 2 more to push out. That is going to be Scump and Formal working side by side to take out any player from Vitality, rotating all the way around. Karma, he's getting off to a hot start. 10-4 for him. What a way to bounce back after struggling the past few maps, on a 4-kill streak for him as well. And like we said, him and Scump do an excellent job on St. Marie of just slaying up. But Mauls is finally going to be able to shut him down. Whalers finds a kill of his own, but Formal still holding strong inside of parking lot, as now the rotation is going to be coming in here in just 14 seconds. We'll be going all the way to the left side of the map and open.
Yeah, an absolute clinic towards parking lot there by OpTic Gaming. Vitality did it right. They pushed towards the back to try and flip those spawns. If you're losing the gunfights, you're still going to be spawning up towards Pawn. You're not going to be far away. OpTic hold it down every single gunfight that they need to win. They win in 13-6 from Karma. We criticized them a bit for having a poor series so far, but he is really lighting things up here in map number 4. OpTic Gaming in the driving seat. Crib starting to heat up as well. Really good way by OpTic, and all the AR battles are going in their favor. Vitality still within touching distance here though, but OpTic starting to heat up these past 2 hard points.
And this is where OpTic Gaming has so much success. I mean, you saw the setup that they had where Krim was playing on back yellow barrel, and then you had Formal sitting over by the sandbags in the middle of the map. They're able to isolate all those Vitality players coming in. The only way you're going to be able to break it is if you flank around and take out Formal. That's going to be your main guy you want to take out to break the OpTic Gaming setup. They did that, but OpTic Gaming was able to bounce back and still hold tight into this one. So now they're gathering that momentum as we're going to go back into the fresh set of rotation. We will be in hill number 1, one of the most hectic hills you will see in Hardpoint in Call of Duty World War II. As Nighter see, 2 players are going to be positioned in down low. It's going to be Crimsix, the first player inside to try to get this one. Last player is going in here for the last few seconds. No real point in doing that, but the stick does come in there from Forma, takes out Zayrok, but Vitality has 2 players inside. They have control of bottom red, and there's going to be 1 player to take out Scump there up top. Vitality holding strong. Yeah,
Vitality managed to pick up 2 points from parking lot and lookout post. I mean, that's not what you want to see. They had a fantastic start towards Winery, but if you can't pick up more than 2 points in those next 2 points, it completely negates your solid rotation in the beginning of the map. Unfortunately for them, OpTic really starting to show their strengths here. 116 and rising towards Vitality's 81.
See now, Riskin trying to push inside, has the teammate support there as well. See the OpTic Gaming players getting ready to get set up with the next one. It's going to be Karma going all the way from the left side of the map up top. He just needs to play a tight corner. Doesn't want to get called out there, but now he's going to get the call. Xerox is going bottom. Grannies. Karma in prime position to get his team to spawn. You see, look how far they are spawning Vitality all the way off the map. What a great, smart veteran play coming in from Karma there. They take out the last player, and they are still spawning all the way back. OpTic Gaming in prime position to get a lot of time here off of the Winery lot, but 2 players now drop in the middle of the map. Vitality trying to get that map progression going forward. It's going to be Scump, the first line of defense for the side of OpTic Gaming. Riskin's going to be able to pick up that kill, but they are still getting the spawns. It's exactly what you want to see if you're an OpTic Gaming fan at home.
And a sensational work once again by Karma. We said he started to heat up just a little bit. He doesn't even need to make kills there. All he does is a smart player, moves around his teammate, a couple of kills mid-map, and suddenly Vitality are spawning on another map. Essentially, they are so far away. OpTic can get set up. They are set up here. The kills are going to come in from Vitality, though. They're not making this easy. Karma picks up 2, though. Risking and Whalers do go down. OpTic in control. These final 20 points should be theirs. And we can see it is actually going to be Scump pushing towards that parking lot. This is where, okay, he does eventually go down. But in the end, we didn't see Vitality hold it maybe as cleanly as OpTic did last time around. So can they repeat what OpTic did last time and get a double solid hold on these next 2 hard points? They need to do it because they're nearly 100 points behind.
I like the patient play coming here from OpTic to try to break this one. Pre-fire shots coming up from Crim6. Karma by his side is going to be able to take out that one, as now they're putting heavy emphasis on watching the back area. They're leaving the one player to try to play that defense up front. That is going to be Malls inside the hill. He is going to be challenged there by Scump. Big gunfight going down inside the hill. Scump comes out on top of that one. Is now Whalers. He's trying to rotate through. He's going to be met by 2 players coming from Radio Tower for the side of OpTic Gaming. He's going to be able to find both there as well. Xerox now jumps
Whalers.
in. Scump gets taken out, and Whalers going absolutely huge on a 5-kill streak. Evens up his KD, 17 and 17 as well. Just when you need it most for Vitality, they're able to lock it down and get some precious time off the parking lot.
Solid work by Whalers. You hate to see it if you're an OpTic Gaming fan. He shut that down. It was great work. Okay, yes, Scump was inside the point holding it down, but he cuts off the source of the rest of the OpTic players coming. He knows they're going to be coming through that cut, makes the kills where he needs to, and just gets some more points on the board for his team. Looking towards Lookout, though, it is going to be OpTic making the next couple of kills, but an important thing to note, Whalers does have that fighter pilot, so that could become influential as we move into this point. It's quite open. Vitality has stopped the bleeding just a little bit. It's about 50 points in it.
And right now, OpTic Gaming in a pretty sweet setup here. You need to look for Whalers. If he does die, he needs to call in that fighter pilot ASAP. You see they're trying to hunt for a few kills before they do call it in. They're able to trade out that one, but he's going to be taken out straight away. So right off the spawn, this fighter pilot has to come into play. Your teammates need to get into a position, but now you're going to start to see it. He's getting ready to set up that fighter pilot, just sitting all the way in the back. It is now finally coming in. He's going to be able to find Crim6 there. Still 1 player on top of the hill. It's going to be Karma trying to stay alive. He's going to be taken out. So they do get the final 25 seconds of this. OpTic Gaming, at this point, can just kind of give up on this one, start to rotate through to the next. But it looks like they're still going to invest on pushing forward. They're trying to get this left side map control, so it's going to be an easier rotation going into the second hill after the first hill is done. But Formal just trying to hunt for the kill there on Malls inside the hill. See what he's going to be able to do. He's just trying to do this. He's playing with him for a second. Formal comes out on top of that, does get the points as well. So it's 300 away from trying to get a fighter pilot of his own. But now Vitality, they're inside the hill again first. Karma and Scump going to absolute work. 24 and 18 for Karma, 22 and 21 for Scump. Look at the team fire coming in from OpTic Gaming. They could win off this one in prime position to do so, but everybody's looking on the other side. But now they get the quick read. They are spawning out back ammo, but this could be all she wrote here unless Vitality is able to push inside.
Really good work by OpTic Gaming, lighting that kill feed up green. And that's what you want to see if you're an OpTic Gaming fan. They're 10 points away here now, and they are locking it down. They are not allowing Vitality room to breathe here. And Vitality need to start throwing bodies to the wall. They do so to get the kills that they need to. But it's still a massive ask for them to come back into this one. Formal Mimba picks up 2. Where's he getting that second one from? You can't allow him to do it. Let's see, can OpTic close this one out here? Whalers answers back to maybe try and stop the bleeding. It's not going to be enough. Vitality bleed out completely. OpTic Gaming take the series 3-1 with a convincing map number 4 win. And that's the OpTic we expected to see in this series when we seen that 4th map. The first 3, shaky to say the least. But the 4th map, they start coming back into it, what we expect to see as said. But Vitality, not a bad showing from them. They've already defeated Envy in this pool. They're looking to try and secure that 2nd spot, but lose OpTic Gaming in a close series.
Yeah, and like we said, you have to question on that veto of letting St. Marie go through. It's sort of similar to a series that we did see earlier with Mindfreak and Team Caliber. Team Caliber undefeated in Ardent Forest Search and Destroy. Mindfreak, one of their best Search and Destroy maps, so Mindfreak says, you know what, we feel comfortable playing this, but then again, it's like, these guys just won Dallas. They're the best team on Ardent Forest in Search and Destroy throughout of any team in the CWL. Why would you pick that?
It's one of those things where you decide to yourself, do you want to play your own game, or do you want to stop the other team playing theirs? And in that instance, obviously teams are trying to pick to play their own game rather than trying to shut it down and maybe try and do something different. These teams who are, you know, behind, they want to try. For me, I want to see them mix it up a little bit, try and throw a curveball. Maybe you want to see a Gibraltar hard point, you know, a map some of the teams don't really like, but a lot of the teams don't really like. So, you know, it's something different to go, and something different that you could potentially do something with. But moving away from that series now, we're now checking out Echo Fox against Complexity. Currently in Search and Destroy on London Docks here, and didn't catch who was in the lead here, Dirk. I missed it. Echo Fox 5-3 up in the map. But we can't see who won the first map quite yet, but this should be a fairly good game. We've seen Complexity give Splice a good game. I do believe the Splice United game is over, so I do believe Splice won that, but correct me if I'm wrong, if anybody knows. Of course, chat, they'll probably tell me to shut up if I'm wrong, which is highly impossible. As we move into this one, Echo Fox are 1 round away from winning this map and 1 round away from going 2-0 up, as it seems as if they won the first Hard Point map.
And you just see Complexity does have some streaks to work with. The final pilot comes in. Not sure how much it